Hello, how are you today? Are you as happy as I am when this clown show is over? Yeah, a real clown show. I mean, it's like what? Have you ever experienced such drama and lying and really purposely putting on a show? Does each side have a script that they're using to deceive the other side? And how in the world can they also deceive their own side? Of course, that's maybe what it is more. We are going to deceive our side so people will vote for us. Clown show. Unbelievable. And right now, what, we have 3 more days? And they actually want us to believe, oh, everything is a neck on neck. Okay, just so close, so close. Is it true? That's possible. It's very possible. But we know that there are people that converted to the Trump side. Again, I don't know. And I think they're working very hard to reach those people that in the past may have not voted, telling them, oh, it's so important. This is a one time only. You have to vote, kind of thing. This is the most important election ever. Is it important? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Will things change? No. No. The people behind it, and I call it the deep state, and there's still people that believe the deep state is behind only the Democratic Party. Why would that be the deep state when you see them? Democratic Party is, you can see it visible. No, it's the people behind our government that is the deep state. Behind. And there's still people, even so-called people that are not mainstream media, trying to tell us, oh, the deep state is like behind the Democratic Party, or is the Democratic Party. The deep state is just as much behind Trump as it is behind Kamala Harris. No matter what it is, Democratic Party, Republican, doesn't matter. The deep state is already behind every party. There's no doubt. It's been like that for a long time. No, we're not voting. And I know I hear so much the Democrats screaming, oh, we have to protect our democracy. Do we have a democracy? Do we want a democracy? That's the big thing. Do we want a democracy? What does that exactly mean, a democracy? The democracy is the rule of the majority. And once the majority has the rule, they rule. And the rest, they better bow down to the majority. That is their thinking. I know I read it. I mean, I listened to Obama today and other people. That's what they want. Biden, Kamala Harris, they think you, the minority, needs to bow down to the majority. No, that's not the way it is. We are in a federal government. And really what we have is a constitution that supports everybody, even if they're in the minority. Everybody's rights, as long as they're not harming somebody else, are valued, and our government are in the service of the people. No, it's not we're bound down to the government. That's a wrong thing. Only because they are voted in doesn't mean they have the right to rule. And people need to understand that. That's not what we are having. That's not what these people from the Democratic Party are pushing. They're pushing for rulership of the majority, or the people that the majority is voting for. No, they're servants. We saw that very clearly on January 6th. Oh, because people were demonstrating against what happened. They can't question what happened. Oh, no, they can't do that. They were, what? How do you say it? They were led. Okay, led. I think they were used. These innocent demonstrators, they're misled. They were misled. They didn't think that some infiltrator could come into this demonstration that would then lead them the wrong way. None of these people that were peacefully demonstrating, well, not none, but most of them didn't think anything to topple a government. They had no interest. They believe really in a fair process. But on January 6th, no. Everybody who did not believe the same thing was discriminated against. They didn't even have a chance, to state their own beliefs. No, they had infiltrators coming in to misuse them, which is terrible. I think people need to be extremely careful next time they peacefully demonstrate. See, it's very easy to mislead sheep. Very easy. But I don't want to get stuck there. I want to get stuck there. No, we don't want the majority to rule. Nobody should be ruling. Again, the government should be in the service of the people. That's what our Constitution is about. Not anybody ruling. So, yeah, if you think about the Capitol is actually the place for the people, not for the ruling class to be in there to be protected. The Capitol is actually a place for the people. It's the people's house. Pretty sad. Pretty sad what happened on the day. And the Democratic Party or the representative are still screaming. Still screaming. It's like people are still not waking up and saying, what happened on that January 6th? Why? Because they just, generally just told everybody this is what happened. But what really happened, very few only knew or know right now. Oh yeah, the information went out there, but most people didn't get it. I got it. I got the footage of the cameras inside the Capitol. What happened? People just walked through and that was about it. Okay? And the cameras outside, they focused on a very small minority group that would breaking in the Capitol. It wasn't the whole people. Anyways, did we ever find out? No. 9/11, did we ever find out? No. Did they ever tell what really happened? No. Do people know? Yes. Can we find the information? Yes. But most people don't, they're not interested in the information. And so all these things never resolved. What are they called? False flags? How can you say that January 6th was a false flag? Yeah, it was a kind of false flag. Why? Because the ordinary people were used. But the people really who organized the whole thing or infiltrated were people that nobody ever talked about. Oh yeah. Ordinary people. And they're still screaming. Right now they're using, these people should still stay in, if they're even still in the prisons, they should still be locked up in prison. No, they shouldn't. They should have got a fair trial, and that should have been the end of it. A fair trial. But no, nobody did that. And let's get over it. Give these people a fair trial. Did they do something wrong? They did something wrong. Okay, you know what? Charge them whatever wrong they did. Did they destroy property? Okay. Charge them for destroying property. Okay. Did they, whatever they did, charge them with it. But don't charge innocent people that just follow the crowd, because that's what sheep do. But I don't want to get stuck on that. And I'm going to stuck on that democratic process. We are voting democratically. Okay, that's probably the only way you can vote for a president. Okay, I don't think there's any other way. But is our country based on a democratic process? No. Okay? If it is, every time the majority wins, all the rules would have to change. And that is not the case. We have fundamental rights that do not change because a majority says otherwise. Okay? So we have to be very careful. And I think a lot of people are not aware of that. So there's this guy named Thomas Sowell. Sowell. It's Sowell. Sowell. Thomas. Excellent thinker. Economist. I think economist that's what he is. And he just has done several videos lately on democracy, and I think they're very good to watch. Several of them. Go to Thomas Sowell and watch some of them. I've followed him. He's a black guy, okay, and he talks sometimes about black historical things, slavery and stuff like that. Black education. I'm just looking at one right now. I like the guy. Has very valuable information, and also very valuable information on what? Democracy. Absolutely good, information. Now, the problem with democracy is that people take advantage of the concept. Oh, sure, people, right? People vote or whatever. That's a good thing, right? It says right here, I'm looking it up right now, democracy from the ancient Greek. That's who started this understanding. Is a system of government in which state power is vested in the people or the general population of the state. Sounds very good, right? The people. The thing is it all people? And how can I exclude some of the people from that? But see, this has happened so many times in history. The United States, yeah, we're democracy, and yet we exclude what? The slaves and the women from that right. So people, be very careful. When somebody screams democracy, you're very, very careful. What are they saying today? Well, democracy, again, when is the rule of the majority? Is that what democracy is? Or is it democracy the rule of everybody, or everybody can decide? Everybody, has liberty. Everybody is just as important in a democracy. Okay, somebody who thinks that they want to be a communist? Because that's another thing what we had in this country. Oh no, if you communist, you don't belong here. Okay? You have communist ideas, you're not welcome in this country. And people are saying, well, what are you talking about? We don't want to have anything with communists. They're tyrants. No, not necessarily. A tyrant is a tyrant. And we have tyrants in every political system. How many tyrants do we have? We have tyrants in this country. Tyrants that want to take your freedom away. People, when I think back to the pandemic and remember how Biden, was forcing people into taking the vaccine, you should be going back and listening to some of his speeches. That's a tyrant for me. Okay? So every political system can have tyrants. I think we just have been so brainwashed to believe, that some political systems are worse than others. A tyrant is a tyrant. And we have to protect ourselves from tyrants. But many times, remember, people come in sheep's clothing. And they're really tyrants, and they blabber democracy stuff when we really don't have democracy. Now, why in the world am I talking about that when, hey, my kingdom, my kingdom, where I'm from, is not from this world? It's because human beings don't even know. They can never create a good political system. Anytime human beings, create a political system, it always goes the wrong way because they're not capable. They're always becoming selfish and greedy. And what else? Power hungry. That's probably coming from greediness. And they always end up getting a tyrant. Because they're so focused on acquiring things that they're not going to look at their government and seeing how slowly their government is turning into tyrannical, whatever. We need to be watching very careful what our government is doing. We cannot blindly ever follow our leaders. Oh yeah, we voted and that's about it. The next 4 years we can just relax. That's what we think. Next 4 years everything is okay, okay. Until the next 4 years. It's not the way things are. It's not the way things are. We have to watch out, especially for those people that we vote in, constantly what they're doing and not approve of their whatever they're doing. That's why really in our Constitution there's a safeguard that the people, when they feel that this government is not in their interest anymore, that they can take them out. Yeah, but then they scream, oh, democracy, democracy. No. That's the whole problem about this thing is, no. It's because we don't have maybe a democracy that we take people out, can take people out that are not in the business of the people anymore. Of course, majority has to rule, maybe, I don't know. But if the government is going the wrong way to become a tyrant, it is time to get them out. It's time to get them out. And of course, the majority will never realize that there's tyrants in government because they're sheep. They're blind. So yeah, of course, I'm talking as a Christian, really somebody who's not even from this world. And I know this world will never have any decent government because it always goes corrupt. The longer it exists, the longer, the more it's going to corrupt. The system that we have today, 250 years, a little more, and it's as corrupt as they come. When the people are not realizing it, when they're saying, oh, we have a democracy, then they should already know. When these politicians talk about democracy, people should know, wait a minute, do we have a democracy or not? That's what we keep hearing. We have a democracy. We have a democratic process. But does that mean there can be no mistakes in a democratic process? Of course not. Why? Because people are corrupt. People are corrupt. And again, people think, oh, we're going to vote. Well, how about who is really in charge of this whole thing? Really, do you really vote? Do you really have a choice between this incompetent person and this incompetent person? Or should I say this corrupt person and this corrupt person, who both of them are controlled by the same person? You don't even see who is behind the scene. Okay? You cannot even see behind the scene. How in the world can you say you're actually voting? The people behind the scene, they already have their persons lined up, whether it's Kamala Harris or Trump. It's just a matter of who they're going to choose. Do we actually already know, because they're already manipulating the whole situation, that one of them will definitely win? Okay? But they make it look like, oh my goodness, we have such a neck-and-neck, election. So people continue to think that they actually have a free will. And you don't have a free will. Again, the majority is going to rule. And I hear it over and over again. The other side is garbage. Right? Isn't that what Biden said? Those sides that are voting for Kamala Harris are okay. They're the Democrats. On the other side is only garbage. That's not what our Constitution is about. It's not what our Constitution is about. Nobody's garbage. We all have rights. All of us, no matter what side we're on. Even if I do not vote, I still have rights. I still should be protected under our Constitution, under our government. I should be protected because I chose not to vote. Of course, you can't expect that in a worldly system. You can't. Why? Because they're corrupt. They're corrupt to the bone. How many times do I have to tell them about, or tell you about, the pyramid of power? That both parties actually are controlled by the same people. Very same people. And the pyramid of power goes all the way up to Satan. And you can scream and yell all you want and say, no, Satan doesn't exist. But he does. He absolutely does. And he's got everything in his hands right now because you give him that power. Give him the power. Well, I'm saying that to those people that participate in the system. Because he deceives you, you go along with it, you ignore maybe truth that you will see. I don't know, a lot of people are deceived, so what the heck? A lot of people are deceived. Yes, they are. So they can't see, they're blind. They follow everybody that's standing up there and that sounds somewhat, what they want. They just manipulate it. And I'm here to say, wake up. Yes, we don't belong to this world. We see through the things, hopefully, that this world is about. And how corrupt it is. And that all they have in mind is wars, power, greed. We should know that. People, they can't stop the wars. Why? Because Satan is behind them. That's what Satan wants. Satan wants wars. He wants to destroy this world, and he wants to destroy humankind. That's what he wants. That's his goal. He wants to destroy God's creation as a whole. He wants to change it. God's creation. That's his goal. And what's the answer? The only answer we have is Christ's kingdom to come. And people, we are so close. We're so close. We cannot give up right now. To believe in saying, thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom come. Thy kingdom come. We need to say it over and over again. We need to understand that this worldly system is corrupt to the bone. We have no business in dabbling in it. It's a clown show. Well, I wished it would be only a clown show, I guess. But it's far worse than a clown show. It's, a magician's show? That's what it is, a magician. People just fall left and right for the tricks that are being presented. When I go to a show of a magician, right? At least I know there's something going on, and I'm thinking, okay, how is he doing this? How is he doing that? In our magician show, we think it's normal. Like little kids or little dumb people that don't even realize that there's tricks behind all this stuff. Absolute tricks. It's a trick show. Everything. But people, I'm coming to an end. Just want to make a video about, I'm so glad when this show is over. We want to know what's going on. And it will. As soon as it's over, something else is going to be popping up, and who knows what it's going to be. Will Trump, and I think he's going to win. I could be wrong. I don't know 100%, but I have a feeling that, he wins. Will he make peace with Russia and Ukraine? Of course he will. Again, we're going to be fooled, right? Going to be fooled. Well, it's going to be real. He's going to make real peace treaty. But, here's the but, people. Expect also that this peace treaty will be broken very fast. And when it gets broken, all hell will break loose. Okay? So it's just really a peace treaty, whatever, fake. Will he stop what's going on in the Middle East? Maybe he will ease things a little bit so they slow down a little bit more. How long are they going to slow down? I think they're going to slow down until Russia is going to start the Third World War. Is it Russia? I don't think it's going to be Russia, of course. Somebody is going to, I don't think it's going to be Russia, but it's going to be, again, a false flag. But Russia, and it will come from the West, but Russia will finally have enough and start invading into Europe. I see that coming, people. I see it coming. And of course, that's going to start the Third World War. That will end up, of course, the final battle in the War of Armageddon. So here we have it in a nutshell. Have it in a nutshell. What do you want more? This is what my predictions are. And yeah, we're going to see it next year. By next year, how things will progress. How long will they keep peace? Because I think that's what Trump will do. But then it's just going to be a short peace, and then that'll be the end of it. Coming to an end. Hopefully this freak show is going to stop in a little, hopefully soon, but because I cannot tolerate any more of that nonsense. And then you think, you're saying, why are you even watching it? I don't. I get drawn in by family members. That's why. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Of course, my choice is I'm not even going to watch it. This is ridiculous. It's just absolutely insane. Anyways, let the Holy Spirit guide you always.